September 8th, 2024. 2:30 p.m. is the exact time I've opened my eyes from my slumber to get up and start learning how to animate. Not that kind of animation. At least not yet, but this. Now, you might be wondering why I want to learn animations. To be honest, I don't really have a reason. Reaching 50,000 subscribers and with my channel decreasing in views, I've been feeling increasingly demotivated to keep going and wanted to try something new, which would be Roblox game development. And I would like to say I'm excited to begin this journey, but honestly, it's kind of scary. Obviously, there's no way I'll be making a game anytime soon, but I want to start by learning a bit of animation since it seems the most fun and not downright confusing. Code. I tried making random animations to see if I could make anything half decent, and it's worth noting that I have some basic skills from using Blender to create thumbnails for the past year. One more important detail is that I've made a few animations recently, meaning I have a little bit of animating experience too. Check out my Discord for that if you're curious enough. Anyways, I found it relatively easy to understand keyframes as I've been using video editing softwares for around 4 years, and they function in a similar manner. After making some terrible animations is what I would like to say and show you, except it was in the intro. The entire thing tired me out, so I went to bed with a new goal for the next day. On day 2, I decided to make my animations look more realistic and less stiff. I did this by looking at tutorials, references, and asking my friend who's good at this type of stuff. At this point, it hit me. These aren't just animations. You have to know physics. Well, I think so anyway. Creating a walking animation isn't as straightforward as it seems. For instance, delaying the movement of a limb can add a sense of force to the animation. I spent the rest of the day trying to learn that better. I get that I'm learning animations, but why not spice things up and add some items into frame, don't you think? Not this one. This step wasn't hard because I'm not the one making them. I go to Google, search for Blender files or random items, download, import, resize them, and that's it. It took me a while, but I ended up making and finishing my room, which I will probably never use after this video. Unfortunately, on day 4, I got sick. But either way, I wanted to see if I could import another animation to my already finished one. Initially, I had trouble, but when I figured out the issue, I realized it was easier than I thought. So after that, I decided I want to get rid of the default rig so I don't get confused between the two, and was hoping to find some way to try and import my Roblox avatar into it, which was surprisingly not hard at all. I went to Roblox Studio, entered a base plate, downloaded my texture, exported the accessories, went back to Blender, clicked the head, this icon down here, changed the texture to mine. Then I went top left, import OBJ, select my accessories, orange box down here, relation, head. Lastly, I adjusted it, added my duffel bag, parented both of them to my torso, and now I had my own little character. Because of my illness, I decided to take a day off, and I hope you don't mind, but I'm not going to count the next day as day 5. I wanted to start learning fighting animations. You know, the ones where you charge it up and suddenly explode forward. Yeah, that. This type of animation is difficult to do because you're supposed to work with keyframe interpolation. So my first attempt ended up looking like I was trying to grab something. This day was really rushed, so this is all I did. Day 6 was an interesting one because it was entirely new to me, and finding a tutorial was quite challenging as it involved working with VFX, which I've never done before. After looking at countless tutorials, it seems like everyone is doing it the same way, with nodes. I have no idea how to use this in any way. I used the same animation I did last day, and all I did was add a cube mesh to a part of my body and lit it up. I wasn't going to be using VFX anytime soon, which is why this is the only thing I was going to learn. I've been taking it relatively easy the past 6 days compared to what I'm about to do now, which is to make a fight scene. For this, I took a reference from a different animation and wanted to recreate it. There's only so much you can learn in just a week, so it wasn't the best, but that will conclude this video, marking the start of a journey that will hopefully last longer than 2 more days.